Hello and welcome back to RareRoo Crafts. I'm Sarah and I'm on today to share with you Embellishments on the 11th. So this is a collaboration hosted by the lovely Deb Houck of Deb Houck's Crafty Cottage, where every month on the 11th a group of very talented crafters come together to create papercraft embellishments. As I say, this is a collaboration, so there will be links in the description box below this video to hop along to the other channels and see what everybody else has been making. Now, anybody that follows my channel will know that I love this collaboration because I adore making embellishments. However, this month has been somewhat of a challenging month and I haven't had an awful lot of time in my craft room, but I thought I would share with you what I have made. So firstly, I made a selection of flowers and greenery. Now this is for an upcoming project that I'm going to, well, I've already filmed part of it. So I filmed making flowers, so that'll be on an upcoming video. And then I'm going to put them together into a card on that same video. So I made these beautiful little blue flowers, and I really love these because I think they've got the look of sort of velvet to them. If I can get the camera to focus in. The camera doesn't pick it up quite as well as the naked eye does, but it has got an almost sort of a flocked velvety look to it, and then with this flocked centre it really does almost look like a sort of fabric flower. But it is just made using pastel paper, and I have inked it with distress oxides, and that's what gives it that lovely velvety look, because obviously that's quite a chalky finish to that ink. I've then put some hot glue in the centre, and I've used some nail flocking powder just to give it that sort of pollen type look. So I did a few of those, and I've just done a few of each because, like I say, they are for a card. Then I made these, and these are probably my favourite. I love these ones. So as you can see, I've used white paper and then I've inked just the centres of the paper. I've shaped all of the petals. I've done 2 layers and then a third slightly smaller layer that I've formed into a bud and glued into the centre there. So you get those pretty ones. Then I have done these lovely daisy ones. These are really sweet. So they were dead simple. It was just literally cutting out various layers. I did ink them a little bit just so that it all tones in with the card, and then I've just literally gone round with a ball stylus to cup each layer up a little bit, and then you can make them look a little bit more natural by just sort of flicking through, opening up your petal layers a little bit more. And obviously I've put a little leaf on that one. And then I've made a bunch of these little filler flowers. Now these are great for any floral project because, as the name suggests, you can use them to fill in any little gaps that you've got in between your larger flowers. So those, again, dead simple, just a little tiny bit of shape to each petal, and then a drop of white glue in the centre with a little bit of nail flocking, at that time obviously in a deep yellow. And then I did a load of greenery, so I've got some fern leaves. I really like fern leaves. I always think they look nice on a project because you can sort of layer them up and stack them up to make it look quite full. And those I just sponged over the top of the green cardstock with various different oxide inks just to give it a slightly mottled look, to look again a little bit more natural. I did some that are a bit like rose petal leaves. These ones, and again I've just given them just a little bit of shaping. These have got a split down the centre of the leaves, which I don't love, so I tend to fold the leaves in towards each other, and that helps to sort of disguise that. And again I've just mottled over the edges. This time I just used Mowed Lawn oxide ink, and again I've not done it all. I've just sort of sponged it, dabbed it on with a bit of a sponge just to give it that uneven sort of look. I do apologise if you can hear the rain. It's doing nothing but rain in here today, so I thought I would just get on with it and film in the rain. I've done these lovely little ones. Again, exactly the same thing, just a little bit of shaping on the back there and a little bit of peeled paint oxide ink just at the edges. Again, just to give that two-tone, which just helps it to look a little bit more natural. And then I went for some berry sprigs and I put on the berry sprigs, I did 2 different types of berry sprigs, and on the berry sprigs I have put some Nouveau drops, just to make them look a bit more like berries. So like I say, I am going to, there will be another video coming up on my channel probably Sunday, and I will show you how I made the flowers, and I will actually be putting them all together into a project, which is cool because I don't always do that with my embellishments. I tend to package them up and send them out to people. So it's quite nice to actually use some of my own embellishments. So that was my tray of flowers. And then I did make a set of embellishments, and this was my prototype for what I was actually going to do for embellishments on the 11th this month. So I will show you my prototype. So I started out by making some cool little scissors, and as you can see, all I did was I took a die cut, and it is one that it comes in 2 halves, and I die cut it, but I did it in silver mirror cardstock, and the back one I cut it the wrong way up, so I cut into the white side of the silver, so that when I layered it up then it meant I got silver on the back and the front of my little scissors, and I just thought they were so adorable. And then I've just put them together with a little silver split pin. So that was my scissors, and then I thought, well, I'll go down that whole theme. So I did a little pack of needles, so I did this little needle keeper, and then again I did the same thing with the needles. I cut both sides, one side with the silver and then the other side with the silver, so that my needles were silver on both sides. I'd got a little bobbin die, so I cut the bobbin out with a couple of layers of craft card, so it's nice and sturdy, and I inked around the edges again just to sort of give it that little bit of a 3D type look, and then I wound round it, and I put a little bit of hot glue, secured a bit of thread on, and wound round it with this nice creamy cotton thread, and then again I've just sort of secured it off with just a touch of hot glue down at the bottom there. So I've got my lovely little bobbin. And then I'd got a die that was a button die, so I made a set of 6 little buttons. And again, I've cut out a few different layers of cardstock to thick it up a little bit, and then I've got this beautiful floral paper, and I cut a layer of that to go on the top of each button. I've then inked around the edge with a little bit of Victorian velvet, and heat embossed with 2 layers of clear heat emboss. So I think the camera's picking that up. You can see they've got that lovely sort of glossy acrylic-y sort of shine to them. And then I found this little card, this die to cut this card in my stash in this nice sort of scalloped edge shape there. And I cut that out of a cream cardstock, inked around the edges, did a little bit of faux stitching just with a black pen, and then I actually stitched the buttons on with a bit of cotton. I just laid it down on a pricking mat and pricked the holes for where I wanted my buttons to sit, and then I just literally sewed the buttons on, and I thought that was a really cute little sewing set. But then I thought, oh well, it needs a little sewing pouch to go in, and I'd got this gorgeous little tiny die for a miniature file folder in my stash, so I cut that out. Let's see if I can see the die. The die actually comes like that, so I cut it out once in the cardstock, and then I cut the back panel element of it in 2 layers of spotty cardstock, and I just trimmed it out on the dotted lines, on the fold lines, so that I was able to glue the flaps of the file folder in between the 2 layers of spotty cardstock. So you've got spotty on the back and spotty on the inside, and between those 2 layers is secured the flaps for the little file folder, which I thought was really cute. I also found a filigree die in my stash that fitted on the front of this file folder, just to make it look a little bit something extra, and I die cut that out so that you've got that lovely filigree finish. You could put something behind there, a bit of vellum or something if you wanted to, and then I put the little diamond piece on the top there, coordinating with the background papers, and obviously it coordinates with the little button, the little needle keeper, and then I thought everything just fits just perfectly into this gorgeous little sewing pouch. and I thought that would make a really lovely little set of embellishments, because you could use it like that, you know, in a sewing journal, or you could sort of take out the separate elements and put them into a sewing journal as well, on various pages throughout your sewing journal. So yeah, I thought that was really cute, and I had hoped to make a few sets in all different sort of coordinating colours, but like I say, the month ran away with me. This year seems to have run away with me so far. I'm sure you'll have noticed, if you follow my channel, there hasn't been a ton of videos. It's just been really busy at home. I hadn't been feeling very inspired at the beginning of the month, at the beginning of the year. I am starting to enjoy being back in my craft room a bit more now, but then I'm playing catch up because I've got so many collaborations and things that I've obviously got to keep on top of. This end of the year is always super busy for me for birthday cards, Mother's Day cards, that sort of thing. And I don't like to put all of my cards on the channel, because sometimes it's all much of a muchness. If I'm using kits from, you know, like the Craft Your Print kits, I don't know that everybody wants to see me putting those together, because it's, you know, a lot of the same sort of stuff, layering images and things like that. So so yeah, I haven't been around as much as normal, but hopefully I will find a bit more time as things start to come back to normal. The kids have gone back to school. Well, my eldest is not at school, but she's not at work very much at the moment. So yeah, I'm working my normal job, and I'm also doing some clinic work as well to do the vaccination clinic. So just busy. So yeah, that's it. That's what I've been making for embellishments. Not a whole ton, which is a bit of a shame, but they are very pretty, what I've made, and I'm very pleased with them. So leave me a comment down below, tell me which is your favourite, and I will see you all again very soon. Don't forget to hop along and see what everybody else in the collaboration has been creating. I know I can't wait to see what they've all been making. I hope to be back with you, like I say, later on this week, probably Sunday. I have also filmed the paper leather, the faux leather, because I know a few people were asking for that. So I have filmed a two-part, grab my thing, I've filmed a video on how to make the paper leather, and then I made a little clutch. That's a little sneak preview of a little paper clutch that I made using some of the paper leather. So I've just got to edit those because my camera kept cutting out, so I need to edit some bits together. So as soon as I've done that, I will get those videos up as well. So I have got a few things up and coming, so please do stay tuned, and I will see you all again very soon in another crafty video. Bye for now.